we're here to do the water stuff, but Stephen and I are going to come back here and we're going to kind of map out this space a little bit. So right now we're focusing on the water, dewatering, but you'll see this space again in a future video pretty shortly because we're going to come back here. We're going to talk about some areas we're going to climb down, not fully to Shaft Alley, but maybe to a little bit. All right, let's keep going.
Right now we're entering where the forward CHT pumps are.
Now we're heading to the aft CHT.
So forward,
Yeah, I mean aft
comes to this one.
Yeah, aft. Not forward. These ones are aft.
What are those?
Those are the pumps. So here's the tank back there,
Okay.
and then these are the pumps to pump it into the sewer.
But you didn't see the pump over on the other one because
There's only one.
There's only one instead of the two. There's just one down.
You got a spare pump right there and a spare motor. But they weigh a freaking ton. The motor itself weighs as much as the pump does.
Yep. But these are usable.
Yes, they've been refurbished. Then you have other ones over there.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, those haven't been. Those we had to be hauled out of here.
Could make a horror movie over there with the lights flashing on.
Yeah, I know. Here, ready to get this? Oh, I was going to say.
Oh, okay.
I love that.
All this before you pull this plug out, we're open to the sea.
Really?
Yes.
So we're below.
We are below the water line right now.
That's like the way they say like the 30 above
yeah,
water
like,
mark.
like I showed
That's
you
right.
the little tags.
Because back in the day, as soon as you would clear your 3-mile limit off of somebody's
Oh, yeah.
coast, the ship was designed to be able to hold 3 days worth of CHT. And so after your 3 days,
Pump
you
it
know,
out.
you better pull out to sea, or else you got to get it pumped out. You know,
And that costs a lot.
that costs a lot.
But you can just dump it into the sea after 3 miles.
That's right. Feed
At
the
least you
fishes.
know what the Navy
Yeah.
does it.
It's just one of those things that people generally don't know.
Yeah. Nope.
All right. So you end up having to pump it out maybe one more time.
Okay, both of them pump one more time each.
Now,
Where is the panel? I didn't.
Right
it's
there.
right here. So you do both onto manual,
right.
and then you just hit the.
Nope. Just with their rocker switch. That red light, that's an alarm. There's one that's daisy chained from this up to the right over the Pepsi machine in the
Right.
mess deck.
Right.
It's supposed to have an audible alarm,
Yeah.
right? Same way as one outside of you guys' office.
I was gonna say our office.
That's supposed to go off, but it didn't.
That's right.
So
But the one in the mess deck did at some point. We had a problem, and Misty from the Sea Cadets
Nobody
called
gets
me and
over
said,
there
"This
and
is going off." It's-
yeah. Somebody's got to come in, open up the door, come in here, and do their thing,
Yeah. And manually pump.
and manually pump it. Because when that alarm goes off, there's 3 different sets of floats, and the last one is the alarm float,
Got
and
it.
that's like this far from the top.
Yeah, you gotta
So-
get here and
Otherwise, it'll fill up again.
yeah.
Yep.
So there's another CH2 tank on the other side of that silver locker, but there's no pumps.
No.
It's all
It's
cut
all,
out.
it's all taken out. We just recently had a visitor. Everybody was standing here and that one.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
What the balloon from them?
No, there was a thud on the locker.
Does anybody try to scare the encampers at like nighttime with the ghost?
Every day.
Used to take Captain Chip out of his office and move him around the ship
Oh
periodically.
man.
Really?
Yeah,
That'd creep
Yeah.
me
used to
out.
do that a lot.
That would creep me out.
Nice.
Put him in a bunk, you know.
Then we wake up with them in the.
That's already
I have to
occupied?
remember that.
No, one of the empty
I don't
ones.
know. That might scare me a little bit more after watching the movie Annabelle. You know.
Oh, the doll. Yeah.
No, that's
Now, did you show him? He hadn't seen back there, right?
No.
You tell him about the Liberty incident?
No, I have not.
Oh, you haven't. Come on.
You're all about to learn about the Liberty incident.
All right, the Liberty was a spook ship, what we used to call it in the Navy. I don't have flat ones, enough of one.
The lights are what we got.
Yeah. Well,
Go in there. It's a better story.
yeah.
And what's this?
This
refrigeration compartments.
Oh, this is where they put all the food for.
Yeah, food and other things.
Food and other things, yeah.
So, the Liberty was
We're in
a
cold
spook
storage.
ship that was attacked by the Israeli Air Force and Navy
Okay.
back in 1967. They said it was an accident.
I think I heard something about that. When they were secretly testing stuff around Africa or something.
Well, off of Egypt.
Yeah.
When Israel and Egypt were fighting.
Fighting the Six Day War.
So they attacked the Liberty. The Little Rock came to the rescue of the Liberty, but 23 civilian employees from an organization that has 3 letters were killed along with sailors.
Okay.
And so, of course, the ship was badly damaged, but it was salvageable. So they flew those individuals.
To the Little Rock.
Yeah, and so they were stored on board,
Oh, okay.
and they're still
And
here.
they're still here.
That's one of those you just want.
He's out of
It's better when the door's shut.
Or when we put someone in the bag.
Well, that's true too. We've done that before.
All right, everyone, you've heard that story before. If not, you can watch some of our videos on YouTube. And we have a cold storage video where I tell that story. And sometimes in the Halloween time, we would put someone in a bag and they can start scraping the bag that you see all the way back there. But I've also recently met two guys on board this season that their brother was one of the 34 sailors killed. And so I kind of now feel like we shouldn't be kind of minimizing that a little bit, but I brought them to this space and they were pretty touched, and their wives were pretty touched too.
Anyway, if you look in that hole that's in the deck, if you look straight down, you'll see the top of the CHT tank. That's how you take in the float system and reinstall it. You gotta be able to reach down there. That's why we put that in the deck.
Okay. So that leads right into the CHT tank.
That is it.
Oh boy, so that's
Poop.
yeah, that could be pretty filled when we have an encampment.
Yep. Well, and that's the thing is the pumps are designed that they alternate. So if the number 1 runs, then it already knows in the system, the logic of it, the number 2 will run the next time. So you get half as much wear on
Yeah.
tanks,
Right.
little pumps.
The Navy was all about redundancy.
This, yeah, that's it. This runs directly down to the CHC tank, but this is the main feed line right here. So,
Gotcha. From offshore.
yeah,
Or from
from the transom back here, where we're gonna go next. And
and this is the main. This feeds everything on board.
Yeah, this is the main. This is where so we were outside. This is where the tubes come in.
Yeah.
And then it comes directly.
Not directly, but yeah, it eventually gets here. So if we have a catastrophic issue on board,
That's where we
this is where we come.
well, this one's just basically a drain. This will shut off only in here. This won't shut everything else off. You gotta do that from the transom.
Okay, which room we'll be going to next.
Yes. We might as well go down there now. Because we're gonna have to open everything else up.
Okay.
You know, I'm looking at the fan wobbling, and I'm thinking about the story y'all just told me. So you know.
Yo, that's my girl. Get your hands off her.
Oh, sorry. I found her first. But you can have it. Seconds. Yeah. You want your stuff?
Yeah.
You got it? Yeah, this is a fucking transom. I've only been down here once, and I could never remember how to get here, so I gotta pay attention to how to get down there. To the transom, which is right on the stern of the ship where it all curves. Watch out!
It's an adventure.
I should have remembered that. We got to go down here through our World War II experience, which is never open. Hope to get it open again one day. From here, we head aft. So we're going on to the third deck. This was berthing, I think, at the time. Yeah, David just saw it for the first time and said, wow, this is amazing. All right, and then we're gonna head aft from the third deck.
Now, the guy who, this guy's name is Todd, he built all this organization. It all belongs to them.
Oh, so you can't open it unless they get.
Well, we could open it, but then we have to have somebody down here because it'd steal everything that's in here. There's a whole nother compartment through there.
Oh. I got those same railings at home.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
For your porch?
Yeah.
Yeah, they built it all, but, you know, and the camera's never been down here, I don't think. So this was built by some reenactors. They're called Dog Company. All right, they were working, they refurbished all of it, they put out the displays. Then they were going to be here on weekends to show it off. That may have worked for a season or two, but it has not been in my almost 5 years here. They haven't really been back since. I think there might be some things going on with Dog Company. But there's a lot of beautiful things in here. Let's see. They had a wonderful bomber jacket in here. So authentic bomber jacket. I don't know if he was part of the, probably part of the 8th Air Force, because you see the swastika right there. All right. These are the number of bombing runs that they went on. I don't know. Yeah, there's something on the back here too. Stud Haas. And it looks like a Ferrari emblem. That's cool. I think it's Haas. Stud, H-O-S-S. Haas. So this is a really lovely jacket. No doubt probably, again, from the 8th Air Force. Oh no, they were part of the 15th. Alright, so I saw the swastika there. I figured they were bombing. I just automatically assumed they're bombing northern Germany from England. 15th was coming from the Mediterranean through Italy and then up into southern Germany and things like that. So that's where that comes from. But it's a pretty beautiful one. It's just not ours to play around with.
So why did they have the swastika on there?
Well, I think because the 15th from the Mediterranean would bomb Germany. They mostly focused on Italy. If I'm getting this right, they focused on Italy and then they moved into southern Germany. Usually when you think of bombing Germany, you automatically think of the 8th coming from Britain right over France into all those industrial northern Germany cities. But the 15th also went south, went from the south through and bombed southern and the Bavarian areas of Germany too. So my first initial thought is always it's the 8th.
But what's the significance of having the swastika on the jacket?
You know what? That I don't know. I mean, it seems as though there's...
Is it similar to how, like, on the side of the croaker, they have the flags to show, the Japanese flags to show their kills? Is that similar?
It could be. I mean, usually that's what that represents, the bombing runs, right? Like that says, you know, but that, I mean, they've got their wings here, which is good. He's got his name. So they put that, I do not know. I don't know for this specific jacket why that swastika, and that's not even the right...
That's backwards, right?
It's backwards too, I think. Not that that means anything, but... so I don't know. He's got his wings there, which is, you know, dignifies, you know, shows who he was. But for that one swastika, yeah, I wish I do not know that offhand. And again, this isn't our jacket, but we got the 15th right here, the American flag. And then on the back, yeah, it says Studhaus, probably their name of their bomber or whatever, and a horse on a yellow shield looking like the Ferrari.
Do you want to get a shot of it?
Oh yeah, sure, okay. There we go. Studhaus. Okay, cool. Now we got to go back to the transom and follow those guys. Did they do already?
I think they're done already.
Yep. Now we're going to go back through, open up all the lines, let the gravity drain out, and we'll pull the hoses in.
Okay. All right. Do we need to go back there probably?
Yeah, you can go take a look. I already took the hatch off. So
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Having fun in this room.
Right. So this is also their space here for the reenactors. Again, they really haven't been around lately. No damage control charts, those were all missing. This will be another video because we are heading down to the laundry area. Look at all these spaces. Have you been back here, Stephen?
Yeah.
Dry provisions, storeroom. Yep, here's the laundry for the USS Little Rock. Got the washers, pressers, dryers. So you can see this was a large space. We'll come back here, and we've got a good humor. Oh, that's nice. Any ice cream? Oh. So we're in the transom. Now the lines are connected from the pier, and we are going to disconnect most of them, and then that's what will complete the water. Now last year, or this year, when we were turning the water on, I happened to lose a ring in here, and I had it for 22 years. I was really upset about that. I probably tossed it right overboard, slipped right off my hands. It's probably sitting at the bottom of the Buffalo River. So, there we are. So what are you going to do?
We'll pull lines in from the inside.
Who's going to be on the outside?
Thanks for volunteering, buddy. This looks dangerous. You go first.
Well, you tell us where you need people based on what we can do.
If you need me down there, I'll go down there.
Okay, but the main thing is, why don't we head back to the fantail?
So what we have to do is make sure that fall down there. And that's work great.
Yes.
And disconnect the butterfly valve on either side of the butterflies, either side of each one of those lines.
No, that's right down there.
What?
I'm thinking, trying to remember how we did it the last time. It must have been from the outside in.
I believe so. Yeah, now that you mention it, yeah.
So the silver piping with the clear,
With the rubber hose connected to it, that's where it's got to be disconnected.
Yeah.
Now,
not the green.
no. So what's going to end up having to happen here is we don't have any line tied to these hoses.
All right.
So if you disconnect them, we pull them in, you're not going to be able to feed them out in the spring. Yes. Or, got plenty of rope maybe down there at the transom. I disconnect them from the ship and you guys pull them onto the pier. And stick the hoses in the barn if you want to. All depends on you guys. But remember, these hoses have water in them.
How did we do it in the spring, though?
In the spring, it's the other way around because there's line tied
On the okay, I get what you're saying.
to
It's
the
on this
hoses,
side.
you know, from the inside.
That's why I lost my damn ring. I was trying to toss
That's right.
something from there onto this
right.
platform.
And because once we feed the line out, if you don't have anything tied to it, guess what? You have to go. Yeah, in the spring it's a royal pain.
What's your best recommendation?
I think we should have plenty of line down in the transom. So I'll disconnect the hoses, but then whoever's on the catwalk down there is going to have to hand that end of the hose up to you, whoever's going to be on the pier, and pull them up.
All right, I'll go down. I'll go down to the catwalk.
Okay. Just got to be careful.
Sure you don't want skinny?
It's fine. I could do it.
Mention about that other.
Skinny's gonna take the camera.
I'll show you. There's another drain valve
Well, I'll probably not be doing
on
anything.
the pier
All right, Lisa's gonna take the camera.
on the other
Okay,
side.
so I will
So
assist with the
some
camera.
of the pressure that's in the hoses now. And that's got to stay open for the winter. And you got to access that from the other side, like where I jump into the water. I'll show you. We'll go down. I'll walk you through it. And I'll come back up on board and we'll just go through the process.
Are we doing that right now?
Uh-huh.
All right. You want me down there right now, then?
Yeah, we're gonna go down. But
Okay,
so
so
that one
you need me to go with you?
butterfly right
Go with
there
me.
at the silver.
Yep.
Then
And
there's
there's
another one on the other side of the flat.
Yes.
Is he going to
Probably,
need that
yeah.
screwdriver?
I'm going to need one. You might need
I would imagine.
like a screwdriver or something. So we'll pry those back because they've been connected for 6 months now. So
Let's do it.
All right,
Just so you don't cut your hands or anything like that. You really
All right, you
should
got
have a
the-
screwdriver or a wrench or
Get some
something.
gloves.
There we go.